Okay, welcome back to Derail Valley here with Virtual Farmer Ken Bob. I did make a few adjustments to some of my settings, so hopefully it'll sound better. And if you hear the cat in the background, he's sitting at my door crying because he wants to be in here with me. But I don't want him in here right now, so I don't have to worry about him jumping up on the computer or something. But anyhow, today I think what I'm going to do is let's go look at the job board, or job orders, I guess, and see what we got. Because we'll either do that or we'll take this load here that we prepared last time and run it down to the harbor. But I think I saw, whenever I was quitting the other day, I think I saw a job here, if I can find it again. And I kind of mentioned that I have persistent jobs mod enabled. That basically just means that the jobs will stay here until you do them. In regular game, if you don't do a job and you leave the station, it may disappear by the next time you come back, and I just can't do that. I don't know how else to say it other than the fact that I am just OCD. But looks like this will be our next job. We won't do it on this video probably. I mean, I don't want to make it so long. But we can't do this one because that's got a long license type you gotta have, and so does that one. And I don't want to rush it. I know it seems so easy to just go and buy all the licenses, but there's really a penalty. You don't really see it up front because it's not too in your face. But if you'll notice, we'll go down here and look at licenses, and I'll pull up like this fragile license. It's only $10,000, and currently we have 14 after just one job. So that seems so easy, you know. Hey, what's gonna matter if I get that? But let's take a look at it. Insurance copay plus $2,000. So whatever your insurance copay, which right now I think it's $100, it gets increased by $2,000 if you get that particular license. And let's see, our time bonus deadline is 0. Our copay is $100, just like I thought. So I mean, there's an offset. I mean, yes, you can get better paying jobs, and yes, you can have more work to do, but you also get an offset. And I'm kind of wanting to, whoops, I don't want to do that. I was wanting to print that, but to get that where I can do these two jobs right here that require longer trains, it's going to be a plus $1,900 copay and a time bonus deadline of minus 2%. So that right there is why I don't want that long one license just yet. Because I don't want to be so pushed that I feel like I have to do 3 or 4 contracts per episode just to even advance. So at this point, you know, we'll just keep it simple. And that way I can help it, or I can handle it. Not help it, but handle it. So anyhow, let's head over. Oops, I don't like it too bright. It may seem weird, but even in the game, these lights right here, that's all blurry to me because of my eyes. It's actually better to use the lower setting. But anyhow. Okay, so let's see here. We need to go to A5 and pick up a thing of 4 cars. It may be those cars we just saw. That's A5S. So right now I think we're on 4. Well, that doesn't make any sense because A5. Oh, this is B. I forgot. We got to go over here to A5, which A is this part of the yard. Because if you look at this, it doesn't show an A. But if you look up here in this corner, it says SMA, which is Steel Mill A. Anything on here like 6543, that's A5. So we need to go from where we're at out here back down past the loading track to the next turnoff and then go straight back. And that's where our cars will be. So let's go jump in the engine. I was going to say tractor. I'm so used to farming. But let's jump in the engine and we'll head down there and see if we can't get those cars picked up. And I can't seem to manage to always make that. Something wrong with the way I jump up on the train. It doesn't always seem to make it. And, oh, I didn't turn the wheel. Tried to get everything else and remember it all. I think I even opened the valve. Yes, I did. So, I always mess something up. But that's okay. Nothing we can't fix. Until we break it. But anyhow, let's go up here and we'll back this train down this siding and head into, I guess, what you could call the industrial area. And I'm gonna just be perfectly honest. I am trying to do all this with as little editing as possible because I hate the editing part. I can't see it good. I feel like I just spend so much time on editing and a lot of it just cuts out just a little bit of, you know, miscellaneous stuff here and there, and I'm just not sure that it's worth it. Now, as I do this more and start to gain more knowledge, that might change. But I don't know. For now, this is how I'm going to do it. If I was being negative, I'd say nobody watches my videos anyhow, so it doesn't really matter. A lot of effort. But I'm not going to be negative. I'm thinking positive. I'm having fun, and that's what this is all about. Just having fun. You see that green light right there? You can see it better in the dark. But that green light right there indicates the station. And I just pushed the button the wrong way. I didn't mean to accelerate. Now there is kind of a hidden, not really hidden, but more of an underlying purpose of the game. There's vehicles which they call demonstrators that you can go and get, and basically you own those. They're not part of the Derailed Valley system or DV or whatever they call DVRT. But they're owned. I mean, you get to control them, maintain them. You know, that's what contain means. But they're your trains. You're not driving them for somebody else. Now you are still doing DVRT loads and hauling their freight and all that, their cars. I thought I was moving those cars whenever I was backing up. I guess I saw wrong. But anyhow, those are kind of hidden gems you have to find along the way. See, it is showing that it's moving. Why is it that the brakes must not? Yeah, see, they're freely rolling. I don't remember turning those brake wheels to loosen them. I guess we're gonna have to see. Well, no, it is. All right, let's try this again. Another reason why I don't like being timed is because then all these little errors here cut into your 4 or 5 minutes that you have to spare. Oh, I keep hitting that button wrong. Oh, I'm hit. That's why. I gotta remember what all my controls are. Like I said, I've got controls programmed, so I don't have to sit here and constantly turn back and look at the control stand and use my mouse to throttle up and change gears and all that. But I had just changed some things on my controller, I guess, hoping that it would help to ease it out a little bit for me. And I'm messing the buttons up, getting it wrong. So what I meant to be helpful has actually kind of played against me. I can't think and talk at the same time. Think, talk, push buttons, play, all that good stuff. It takes a person with somebody who's got a I don't even know what it's called. I'm old now, so I don't remember all these things, but I used to be able to be I used to be able to do multiple things at a time, like walk and chew gum. But in my older age, some of those things have diminished. And as you can tell, playing and talking at the same time is probably one of those things that's diminished. Okay, so we'll go ahead and pull this out to the line, but I'm not going to back into the loading track again. Because even though it could be changed, I just don't know that I want to change it. Where I can pull on the loading track and then go and get the job order. That's just something I just don't feel is right yet for me. Other people may do it, but I just don't want to at this point. Because as you can see, there's lots of ways to mess up, and I feel like that would give me an extra advantage that I don't really deserve. I'm gonna mess up. If I don't do anything else, I will mess up. So we always have a goal. I'm trying to remember what these buttons I've been sitting here pushing even do. Oh, I know what it does. It changes the direction. It changes the reverser, I guess you could call it, on the engine from front forward to reverse. And I guess they just call it a reverser. I've forgotten more about trains than I could ever say that I remembered at one time. I used to know a lot of train terminology. I mean, growing up, I was into trains heavily. I wanted to be a dispatcher and then work my way from there into like being a conductor. And oh, you know what? I don't want to go there. I want to change this one. But I just find it kind of crazy that the youngest person in seniority on the train runs the train. The conductor actually operates, you know, well, not operates, but is the boss of the train. The engineer is basically that. He runs the train. Alright, remember what I'm doing. I'm going to try it this way. Oh, we better stop. We're doing exactly what I said I didn't want to do. Alright, now let's go get our order. You see, that's what I mean. I can't talk and think at the same time anymore. Alright, let's move along here. Alright, so let's stick this in the order validator, and it says pick up the cars. Have you ever really thought about how much of an oxymoron that is? A train car, the whole thing is considered a car, but it runs on trucks. I mean, it only makes sense. Trucks usually carry cars. But yeah, this down here would be the truck, and this is the car. Alright, now let's try to back it up. I don't know if my light changed. See, whenever I change direction, those lights change automatically, so my headlight should always be facing in the direction I'm going, but with cars hooked up, sometimes that disables the lights, which I don't know why. I mean, you still need to see even if you're going in the same direction as the car. But I don't know how that works in real life. I'm not familiar enough to talk with qualified education on it. This time I'm going to back up a little closer so you can see the absolutely phenomenal way that it actually loads. And you can see it load. I mean, it's just kind of like a wizard pop thing where abracadabra, poof, and there it is. But it still loads. It's not just virtually where you just imagine that it got loaded. It actually gives you eye candy to look at. And as you can see on the order, well, no, you can't. Okay, here it is. You can see that we got 2 cars with rolls, one with rails, and the other one with, I'm not sure what that is. But that's what it's going to do. So let's get stopped before we end up running into that barrier. As long as I don't change directions, I don't think that'll blow my traction motors up. We'll look here, and this says train in range for loading, and I'll kind of go sideways here. Oh, go the other way. Well, I guess I can't do it that way. We'll do it and then turn real quick, and boom, there they are. I know you didn't actually see it, but that's okay. There's the 2 cars with the rolls, the steel rolls, and then the 1 car with, I'm not sure, I guess that's wood. Nope, it's some kind of metal, but I'm not sure what kind. And then rails. And that's loaded. So we'll go down here, turn our brake wheel. And we'll head over and get paid. Alright, and we just made 8 plus 4. We just made $12,000 for that. And what you're hearing there, that beeping sound, that's telling you you got money in there, pick it up. Which I don't have a problem with that. Alright, so let's find a place to... Is this one going to Harbor? I didn't look at it. Well, let's go back in the station. I think this one's going to the harbor as well. Nope. Looks like Goods Food, or Goods Factory in town. I don't know where I got Goods Food from. Food Factory, that's what I must have been thinking. But anyhow, we're not going to put this in front of that because those go in 2 different directions, I believe. Whoops, wrong button. Because you go down here to the harbor, and then the Goods Factory, I think, right up here. So we're here. This is that direction, that's that direction. So we'll keep them separated if I can. Try to find a place out here to park them. Because I remember I want to keep it on an O track so that we're not blocking the I. Speaking of the I track, here's an I track right here, and it's free and open, and that's exactly what I like. Because that way if I bring in a load from another location, it'll probably get put on the I track. And then if I put it on the tail end of my train, I can just run straight through the track and then head on to the next stop. So here's an S track. We might take up one of these. I mean, there's some more rolls right here, but I, again, didn't pay attention to where that one goes. What was that? That is 68. Let's go look. Alright, so let's zoom in. FH. Now that one's covered. That one's covered. There we go. Harbor and town, so we can't block that one. That's a long one too. Oof. $54,000. See, that's where the money gets coming in when you start taking those longer trains. You take that one there, 54,000, add it and combine it with that one there, 15 almost. And you're looking at 80,000, 80? No, 70,000. Looking at 70,000 right there. And then there's two more harbor and freights up here. If we could get the license to put them together, we could combine these two with these two. And I mean, if this is paying 35,000 just to shunt it, surely it would pay close to this amount right here to actually deliver it. So you got some good money sitting there. So the licenses are worth it. And here's another one for harbor and town. They're worth it. It's just a matter of how you want to play the game. If you want to feel rushed all the time, or if you want to just kind of take your time at first, get to know the system, kind of learn it. And even though I've been playing for a while, I'm still at that point where I'm just trying to get to learn it. There's still things about this game that just I don't get. Oh, we're already in gear, and I gotta go turn off this, release this brake. It looks empty, but that's just because there's two rolls on. They're usually centered over, or not centered, but over the trucks, because that's the weight bearing part of the car. Because if you put them in the middle of the car, it might end up bowing the car. Where am I going? Excuse me. Alright, so let's pull out of here, and I think we'll probably go ahead and go over to one of those S tracks. We're starting to get loaded up here with trains, and we got to get some stuff moved out of here. And of course we still have this one and this one. Oh, another harbor and town job. Maybe we'll do this one next, since we got other harbor and towns heading out. Let me go in here and swap this order around. And the next time we do this, we'll make sure and throw that one on first. Because that one we can deliver. If we can shunt it, we can haul it. So it pays $6,000 plus the bonus, which is 50%, I believe. So 65 and another 3,000 on top of that. It's going to be around 10,000. So hopefully that would pay that much or better to actually take it and deliver it. Oh, Can't see around our load. Can't really see it, but this is kind of an incline right here, so it takes longer to stop, and you got to be real careful about getting started back up. You get a lot of wheel spin if you're not careful. Alright, let's, I don't know, I'll go ahead and try this. So, need to change direction. Kind of apply a little bit of throttle so we don't start rolling downhill. And let's go jump up on the back. Whoop, jump, jump. Come on. Get up there. What? Can't get on the car. Yeah, that's alright. That's what it would be like if I tried in real life. End up getting run over by my own train. Alright, let's let off throttle. Change tools. Oh, it looks like the tracks are already directioned that way. Excuse me. Another reason why I don't do a lot of talking is my throat starts getting scratchy. Oh, how did I do that? I totally missed that switch. Alright, let's pull back out of here. Speaking of the switch, I don't want to keep it. I like to keep them open so they go around. And then if I want to switch, I know which way they're already facing, so I don't have to guess. There are cars up there blocking this path, but that's okay. Consistency. Even if it's wrong, it's still consistent. Oh, I'm sitting here trying to increase my speed and I'm on the wrong controller. Alright, sped up just in time to have to stop. There, now we've got that switched. And let's put it in reverse. Let off the brakes. I'll probably go to not the complete and full outside one, which I think is 8. We'll go to 7. I think 7 is what we'll use. So let's get the switcher. So we got, this is 6. And that, whoops. I don't like this laser beam. It's hard for me. I can't keep my hand still long enough. Most people don't know this about me, even those who have known me for years. But I don't have real good muscle control. Even as a kid, I was constantly being tested for muscle issues. The electro testing they did, oh my lord, I hated that. They put a jolt of electricity in your muscles and see how your muscle reacts. I did not like that. That's why I don't like doctors now. And these aren't rails, these are beams. Wow, okay. Now are we stopping? Getting close. Let's go see if we're close to that sign. Oh yeah, I think we're past it. Alright, let's drop these cars off here. The only bad thing is the order is going to say A7L, so I wasn't the last car. I usually try to do the one next to the end. But the order is going to say A7L for the pickup, but it's actually going to be on B7S. So yeah, it kind of adds a little bit of a challenge to finding the cars later. But again, that's another reason why I like the fact that you don't have to accept the job until you have the cars together. But of course that would be eliminated if I didn't use that mod. But I think the benefits are a better payoff than the problems it causes. I like continuity. I like to have order and not always lose everything just because I didn't get it done before I left an area. Alright, so our next job, which we're not going to do right now because I think we're at the end of our time. But the next job is going to be on track A7L. Oh no, A4S. So we'll go ahead and get switched over to that side of the tracks. And that's where we'll start the next time we come together. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you would. It really helps me out. Shows me that I'm not just sitting here playing alone. But anyhow, until next time, have a great day and stay safe out there.